This album cover kind of gives me some To Pimp a Butterfly vibes. What's up everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're an indie artist looking for an album review and some promo, you can hit up Luke at redmattersite.com. And what I have for you boys and girls today is an album review for Denzel Curry's latest release, Imperial. Now, Denzel Curry is a rapper from out of Carroll City, Florida, who released his double EP 32Zel/Planet Shrooms last year, and I really liked that one quite a bit, so I was looking forward to hearing this one to see what type of sound he was going to go with, because a lot of people say that he throws back to that classic Memphis style due to the banging and dark production he uses, as well as how his rapid-fire flow kind of sounds a little bit like Lord Infamous at times. Now this one all starts off with the banger ULT, where we get this catchy chanted hook that is guaranteed to get stuck in your head. And I like the bars on this one because Denzel, again, is showing off that rapid fire flow, and he's bringing some social commentary as well, because he raps a bit about unity in the community, police brutality, and also some of the violence that goes on in the inner city. So this is one of the things that I really like about Denzel Curry, because if you just scrape the surface of his music or skim through a couple tracks, you might think that he's just another gangster rapper, but if you really pay attention and listen, he does do some storytelling and he comes through with some great content, including on the song Naughty Head with Rick Ross, where he goes into a little bit of detail about what it was like for him to come up in the projects. But one track that really stuck out to me on here is Sick and Tired. On this track, Denzel uses the first verse to spit from the perspective of someone who's about to do a jacking, and the second verse is from the perspective of the target or the person who's about to be jacked. But both of these people are from the hood, they're strapped up, and they're willing to do whatever they have to do in order to protect theirs. So I thought this was a pretty cool concept that does a bit of storytelling and shows you some shit that might go on in the hood. Maybe if an athlete goes back to the place that they're from, or a rapper goes back to the place that they're from, and they're kind of stunting. So I like the overall concept here, and it was very cool what he did with that track. Now there's also the banger Narcotics, where he flaunts some black pride and highlights racial profiling, and he does it over this dark and haunting production that you can scare people at red lights with, or maybe drive through some neighborhoods and cause a little bit of panic. There's the song Story No Title as well, where Denzel spits a bit about his come up and how women want to fuck him now because he's successful, his idols are now his rivals, and some of his old friends want to take him out. So it was pretty cool how he tells his story there and how things have changed for him as he's moved up the ladder and become more successful. And he also refers to himself as Jesus, but with a blacker penis. Just had to point that out because I'm a little bit immature. And another thing that stuck out to me about this album is how it ends on much more of a smooth note, because the first half is more aggressive than the second half, where we get some more wavy and mellow tracks, like the track Pure Enough, where Denzel is just covering the topic of realness, and he also says that his haters are basically like Ren and Stimpy, so I can't hate on that reference, because Powdered Toast Man is a classic guy. Real stand-up guy, if you ask me. And I can't forget to mention that he does say he doesn't need Aubrey Graham to make a hit, and if you don't know who Aubrey Graham is, that's Drake. So that was just kind of a cheap shot at him, but I don't think he meant it to like start a beef or anything that serious. He was just saying he doesn't really need that serious mainstream help in order to make it into the game. This Life Featuring Ronnie J is another wavy track where Denzel works some sing-songy flows about his past, his relationships, and how far he's come in the game. And the song Zenith is a soulful boom-bap track featuring Joey Badass, where they just flaunt some really dope bars. So this one is a little bit more traditional, so the boom-bap junkies and hip-hop elitists will probably like this one. And I like that line when Denzel says that there's two rules in his house: no shoes and no fuck niggas. So that's actually pretty reasonable. And lastly, this album wraps up with the song If Tomorrow's Not Here, which features some vocals from 12 Len. On this track, Denzel spits about how rappers got butthurt over Kendrick's Control verse, and he also says that he doesn't really trust the church and how they use that collection plate to get their money. So this track was pretty cool, and it has this guitar production that really sticks out from the rest of the album, so I thought it worked good as an outro. And overall, I think this is a dope album, and yet another great release for 2016. It seems like the year started off kind of slow, but now it's been picking up with Kendrick Lamar dropping, that Boss album was alright, and now this shit here, whew. This is definite fire. And also that Flatbush Zombies album, which I just reviewed, so make sure you check that out if you haven't. But in the end, I give this one a 4 out of 5. I like the flows. He can definitely rip some rapid shit. There's some great production on here, lots of bangers, catchy hooks. He throws in a little bit of harmonizing as well. It's just a unique sound overall, and I really like what he's done with this project. It's pretty short and sweet, and there wasn't really any track on here that I hated. Although the track Gook was kind of weird to me because that's a racial slur for Asian people, I think for Koreans, so that's not the type of song that I would be able to sing along with and really feel comfortable doing, but maybe that's just me, and apparently that's also slang for when you're high. I don't know, it's new to me, but that song just made me feel kind of weird. But anyway, like I said, 4 out of 5. You guys hit me up in the comments section to let me know what you think, and make sure you do all that good YouTube and social media stuff, where you like my videos, you share them, you follow me on Twitter, you retweet the videos, and you especially subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.